from the Lakeside Newsroom of the Henrico Citizen, your hometown news source since 2001. This is the Henrico News Minute with publisher Tom Lapis.
Recount that wasn't. We'll have details about that story and others in today's Henrico News Minute. It's Wednesday, December 5th, 2023, and it's brought to you today by My Empanada.
And now for the news.
Two races in last month's Henrico County elections were close enough that legally the candidate that finished second in each of them could have requested a recount. That did happen in the race for Henrico County Circuit Court Clerk, where Democrat Gray Montrose requested a recount after losing to incumbent Republican Heidi Barshinger by less than 300 votes. But in the other race for the seat on the school board from the Fairfield district, second place finisher Terrell Pollard opted not to seek a recount after losing by just 61 votes to Ryan Young, at least initially. Pollard, though, changed his mind after hearing from supporters who encouraged him to seek that recount, and so he filed a petition for one on November 28th, but that petition was dismissed on Monday by Henrico Circuit Court Chief Judge John Marshall, who said that Pollard had missed the state's deadline to request a recount by just 1 day. And Virginia law allows candidates to petition for a recount within 10 days of the date on which the election was certified. Henrico County's electoral board certified the November 7th results on November 14th. November 24th, however, was a holiday for Thanksgiving, so candidates were given until the next business day, Monday, November 27th, to request a recount. Young said he was surprised when Pollard requested that recount, telling the Citizen, quote, "It was out of left field," end quote. Pollard said he thought the 10-day period did not include holidays. He said although he disagrees with the court's decision, he does accept it and has congratulated Young as the new school board member. Well, in Virginia, much like in the United States in general, there is a significant shortage of practicing child and adolescent psychiatrists, or CAPS. In Virginia, only 9 localities out of 133 have what is considered to be an adequate supply of CAPS. Henrico has just 19, according to data from the American Medical Association. And today on henricocitizen.com, you can learn more about this issue and why it's important from our partners at Capital News Service. They take a deep dive into it and look at what some advocates are hoping to achieve to help the state close those service gaps. Well, new COVID-19 vaccines became available in September and October, but in the Richmond and Henrico health districts, much as in the state of Virginia overall and nationally, few people are rushing out to get the new vaccines. As of about 1 month ago, only about 14% of adults in the U.S. had gotten one of the new boosters, according to the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. As of last week, Henrico's vaccination rate for the new boosters was 11.2%, according to the Virginia Department of Health. The highest vaccination rate for those boosters in the county was among people 50 and older, about 21% of whom had received the shot. And of course, COVID is still around. It's not as prevalent as maybe it had been previously, but the VDH's COVID-19 tracker found that roughly 1.5% of emergency department visits ended with a diagnosis of COVID-19 during the week of November 23rd. But around that same time frame, there were only about 4.3 new COVID admissions for every 100,000 residents in the county. Still, local health officials are advising folks to get an updated Pfizer or Moderna COVID-19 vaccine. Anyone 6 months and older is now eligible. There's also a new Novavax vaccine available as well. Health officials also urging folks to get the flu vaccine at the same time. Some people experience a slight increase in reactions like mild pain at the injection site, mild fatigue, and muscle aches when both vaccinations were administered simultaneously. And we've got more on COVID-19 and the new vaccines right now on our website, henricocitizen.com. But when you drive through Virginia in the coming years, you might find a new wildlife crossing or two. Those are pathways over interstates or other high-traffic roads designed to reduce or prevent collisions between animals and vehicles by offering those animals a chance to cross over the interstate. The Virginia Department of Transportation yesterday was among 19 entities nationally to receive funding from the U.S. Department of Transportation as part of the Federal Highway Administration's Wildlife Crossing Pilot Program. VDOT will receive just more than $604,000 to collaboratively develop a statewide plan to identify roads with the highest risk of large mammal collisions in the state. Ultimately, VDOT and other state agencies will work together to identify potential wildlife crossing sites. It's not yet known where those might be. Officials estimate there are more than 1 million wildlife vehicle collisions in the U.S. each year, resulting in about 200 fatalities and 26,000 injuries to drivers and their passengers. Most of the grantees were western states where larger animals more commonly impact traffic. The only other eastern states to earn funding were Pennsylvania, Connecticut, and Kentucky. For the best in authentic Latin American street food, look no farther than My Empanada in Henrico's West End. My Empanada offers sweet and savory flavors with a variety of options, baked fresh or available frozen for take and bake. Their delicious empanadas are made from traditional South American recipes. Owners Juan and Claudia Urea are natives of Colombia, and they're excited to share a bit of their culture with you. Stop by My Empanada at 1421 Blue Jay Lane at Blue Jay and Quioccasin Road, just behind the Suba Lakshmi Indian Grocery, or visit myempanada.net or call 804-203-3473.